on a map right now and show you the 2024 heat map. What this does is, just spend a moment processing this. In fact, if we can have the camera zoom in so you can see it better, this gives you a sense of where the votes were cast. So as you can see, in Tony, South Mumbai, where Rajdeep comes from, voter enthusiasm usually the lowest. And as you move towards belts in Vidarbha, in Marathwada, you can see much more intensity of voting. Voting also less in North Maharashtra. But Rajdeep, this really shows you where so the darker the shade on the screen, the higher the percentage of voting. The lighter the shading on your screen, the lesser the percentage of voting.
So, you see, traditionally, of course, rural Maharashtra votes much more than urban. So, that's not new.
But even in Konkan and Thane, there's lesser voting.
Yeah, so, but these are generally what so that's what the NVA is holding on to. Remember, Konkan and Thane is where the Shiv Sena, Shinde group hopes to dominate. The 39 seats there, including Mr. Shinde's home bastion of Thane, they hope to dominate. The real voter change in terms of percentage has come in areas where the NVA hopes to dominate. Which is, Vidarbha, Marathwada is where constituencies uniformly have seen a 5%, 8% increase also at times in voter turnout there. So are we seeing rural anger or are we seeing Ladki Bahin being an important factor, particularly among farm labor? So that's going to be an interesting factor.
If I plot just two maps back to back, one after another, this is the 2024 heat map. Look at the heart of Maharashtra and how dense it is over here in terms of the intensity of voting. Let me switch this to the 2019 heat map. And suddenly you will see the shades are far lesser, which shows how much more interest there was in this Maharashtra election amongst the voters of Maharashtra than there was in the last. So, massive jump, Amitabh, and you stay in Mumbai. So, explain that to our voters, this massive increase in the intensity of the desire of voters to go out and cast their votes.
So, because the political competition is severe. Last time, if you see in 2019, most of the polls and even on the ground, it was clear that the NDA is going to emerge as victorious after the 2019 Lok Sabha election. And when you see turnout, Rahul, there are 5 districts which have polled lesser than the average of 65, and all of them are urban. Mumbai, Mumbai suburban, Pune, Nasik, Nagpur. And in the rural areas, the turnout average is 70%, which Rajdeep is alluding to. And in the urban areas, the turnout is only 60%. And that's how the average is, roughly 65, 60.
You know, what is interesting at the moment, as in very early trends, the NDA's gains are coming in Vidarbha. A lot of their gains are coming in Vidarbha. Also in reserve constituencies, I give Washim, Murtizapur. These are all
Rajdeep, I was in Murtizapur, and yes, this is where the effect of the VBA will come into question.
You're absolutely right.
Because I'll tell you because I was there at that point of time, and it was very clear that the VBA was taking a significant chunk from the Aghadi's vote share, and you could see it on ground. And this is a reserved.
We are also getting a very early trend for Kulaba, where my mother still votes. And the fact is, at the moment, Rahul Narvekar, Speaker in the Maharashtra Assembly, is winning. He's expected to win that seat. Again, that's one of those seats where there's a huge question mark. Did the Congress again mess up? Didn't have a strong candidate to take on Rahul Narvekar? Did they not prepare for it? But the real story early in Maharashtra is clearly coming from the ST and SC constituencies of Vidarbha at the moment. That's where, whether it's a Melghat, whether it's a Washim, whether it's Badnera, whether it's Teusa, these are the Atsalpur, these are all constituencies at the moment which are seeing a tinge of saffron. And remember, in the Lok Sabha, Rahul, Vidarbha was dominated by the Mahavikas Aghadi. So that saffron which you're seeing at the top there in Maharashtra is where the worry is.
It's a massive reversal. If this continues, Vidarbha and Marathwada is where the BJP lost out during the Lok Sabha elections. If they're able to hold on to this orange belt over here, it would be to the credit of the BJP and the kind of micromanagement. Look at the number of trips that Amit Shah made to Marathwada and Vidarbha. He understood that this is where the contest is, this is where Maharashtra will be decided, and a lot of effort was made in trying to micromanage the communities and bring them on the side of the Mahayuti. So we've got 18 leads for the NDA at this moment, up 8 from the last elections, the BJP at 14, the Shiv Sena at 2, the NCP at 2, and remember, 90 is, according to the BJP, the magic figure from the BJP's perspective. If the BJP gets more than 90 seats, then they'd want their own man. And there's already a massive clamor from within the party, cadre, leaders, that you can't end up as the single largest party and not have your man as chief minister. Rajdeep, how do you think that's likely to play out? 80 and below, the buzz in Maharashtra is they'll be forced to go with Eknath Shinde. If it's 90 plus, they'll say this has to be a BJP chief minister.
Look, the local BJP is determined to have a local, that they want their man. They believe that they sacrificed the chief ministership for Eknath Shinde. It's time to return the favor. But you're right, if the BJP ends up at around 80 and is dependent on both Eknath Shinde and Ajit Pawar to form the government, then Eknath Shinde potentially could remain chief minister. Remember also, there are crucial municipal elections in Maharashtra a few months from now. And many believe keeping Eknath Shinde will keep the Shiv Sena, UBT in check and away from Mumbai. So you could even have a scenario, make Eknath Shinde for 6 months and then replace him. Remember, they've gone into this election with his face. He's been one of the favorites. But the local BJP does want Devendra Fadnavis. Fadnavis wants himself.
But there is a problem there. If you see, Jarange Patil in his agitation has largely been an anti-Fadnavis, anti-BJP agitation. So could Eknath Shinde emerge in some ways as the Nitish Kumar of Maharashtra? That he becomes very difficult to get rid of. You've got him now. He's a Maratha leader. He's worked incredibly hard. Working up till 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock.
But just think, if I have got 90 seats, I've got 90. And Shinde ends up with 35.
Sure.
That's almost three times. Why will I not get the chief ministership? I think if Eknath Shinde crosses 45-50, so he does remarkably well, and the BJP is at 90, then Eknath Shinde could well say, I've got the highest strike rate.
So it's the election, Amitabh Tiwari, where you want to do very well yourself, but you also want to ensure that your friends also don't do too well.
Yes.
If they do less than very well, that's better for you.
Because Eknath Shinde has to maintain that equilibrium. BJP was 2.5 times of Eknath Shinde. So if BJP still is 2.5 times of Eknath Shinde's party, then he could come around and say, what has changed? Why should I not be the chief minister? Because things remain the same. It's only when this ratio deteriorates, as you're pointing out.
But his leverage is much lesser after the results come out.
No, because if you see, if the mandate is one way, then it is very difficult to replace a sitting chief minister who has enabled you to get that mandate. He is fairly popular.
Yeah,
so
but
you saw what happened with Shivraj Singh Chauhan in Madhya Pradesh. I mean, he won the BJP the mandate in the state of Madhya Pradesh. And where did that leave him? So I don't know whether that is a factor really.
See, because he was from the party and this...
This is an intra-party.
Yeah, it's an
Who do you think is
intra-party
most
matter.
likely, Sheila Ben, to be the next BJP president?
No, I think Fadnavis. Because President, okay. No, I'm talking of Maharashtra. I don't think there is much of a debate remaining because all the videos of BJP showed Fadnavis along with Modi. So I think they have already given the clue very clearly because videos shown on television on Maharashtra election, BJP videos, shown Fadnavis. So that matter settles.
Okay, let's take a look at the numbers.
But BJP president should be, I think, a women. Because the way
Which woman will they make president? Who do you think is most?
The way they always, BJP has such a smartness. How they bring Draupadi Murmu like that. I think if Modi wants, he will find somebody. But because the way this is happening, I feel this is a curtain raiser to women's reservation, which BJP has already promised.
Women call the shots, they decide who's in power, who's not.
It will be really historic if BJP gets women president.